it's also different. I just lost a few minutes ago, so I got to put things in perspective. I'm a bad sport. I hate losing, but like you have to appreciate this. You have to appreciate what we've done and what these guys have done. Hearing your name called is special. It's not guaranteed. It takes a lot of work to get there, and we were one of those teams that got our name.
When did you know this was a potential NCAA tournament team?
Really early, after practices in the fall. I started talking to our staff in meetings, and I just told them, like, sometimes when you're a coach, you have a feeling when you're sitting on something special. Things got to break right at all times. Like, you got to stay injury free. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but I knew we had the talent to do it really early when I saw us practice and do some things. So it took a little while for us to get going and find our stride, but this is when we wanted to play at our best.
How did you keep the guys believing in themselves after you dropped 4 straight? Everybody's being critical. I mean, it's one thing for coages looking around to be positive. How do you keep them in there?
We just take bits and pieces of what we were doing well and really try and focus on that and not the result. Like anything that happened in the past, there's nothing you can really go back and do about it. Right? All we were trying to do was be forward facing and continue to move one game at a time, one possession at a time. And they believed in themselves. That was the biggest thing. I told them all the time, like, nobody believes in them more than I did. I had to try and coax it out of them the best way I could. But they got it out of each other, and they pushed each other, and they challenged each other, and we got better in the process of that.
What do you know about Texas A&M?
I don't know a lot about Texas A&M. I know that they've had a fantastic season. Just watching those guys, I'm so locked into what we're doing, watching so much Big Ten basketball. But you follow basketball and you see things. I know they had an unbelievable season in the SEC and beat a lot of really good teams and solid. Actually, like, the 7th seed sounds pretty surprising in terms of their season. So
I agree. Yeah.
I'm not in the room, and I don't know the specifics of everything, but Buzz Withers is a really good coach. They're going to play really hard, so it's going to be a really tough game.
Micah, you took this job and 8 guys going to transfer portal immediately. Did you feel you'd be able to do it with the turnover and everything that was happening this quickly?
You never know. Just like the belief that our team had, I had to keep that same belief. We had to figure out a way to get our system implemented and find guys that fit us. And it was helpful we were able to do it early, right? Like Seth Lundy and Miles Dredd ended up staying, and John Hare, those are like culture guys. Now they're bought into what you're doing. Now you get a Jalen Pickett. Now you add Andrew Funk, Micah Shrewsberry, Cam Winter, guys that fit who you are and what you want to do. So I'm the worst at patience. I wanted to try and build this roster with an eye towards the future and an eye towards the present. Look at us the right way. Things worked out.
When you saw Michael Henn in the transfer portal, what attracted you about bringing him in? And what were your impressions when you finally got to talk to him?
Yeah, for us, we needed a third big guy, another big guy to help us. We needed somebody that was older with kind of a reach of being a freshman. But then when you watch his shooting ability, his ability to pass the ball, he's an older guy that's tough, has some toughness to it. He's going to compete at the same time. So, and that's what he's been. He was slow out of the gates just because of being sick and got behind a little bit. But once he's caught up, he's coming in battle. He's really helped us.
Nice to have a guy too who's played the NCAA tournament before.
Yeah, and that's great. Having him, having Cam, they had that experience. We kind of lean on it, right? I've been there. Mike Green has been there, Brady Eifert's been there, Fish has coached in there. So like we got a bunch of Aki guys. We got a bunch of guys. Aki actually worked for Buzz Williams. So we got a bunch of guys that have been to the tournament and done good things there. And now we got to relay the experiences of what it took to win to our guys.
2 weeks ago, you guys were on the edge of the bubble. It didn't even look like you were going to make it into the tournament. Can you just talk about the turnaround that you guys had just in less than 14 days to be a 10 seed now?
Yeah, just really staying together, keeping poised, shutting out all noise that was outside of our locker room, and really just focusing on how we could become a better team. And we've done it. We've changed some things defensively to try and help us, and I think it's made us a little bit better. Our toughness is starting to come out now. We started winning some more of those close games at the end. We've handled situations better. We're just growing together as a group. And I think sometimes it takes a little bit more time, and it took us a little bit of time when we started hitting our stride. What's that question?
Do you see an elevator?
Yeah, no, definitely. And sometimes it's matchup dependent, right? It's hard. Like Zach Edey's, you got to play certain people against him. Some teams guard a certain way, so maybe you need more shooting on the court. It's hard to play a limited role. It's hard to play a limited role, and you don't want to make mistakes, right? Like he's in a mode now where he's not as aggressive because he doesn't want to make mistakes because he's not playing. Right? As a guy that doesn't play as much, your first thought is, am I going to come out if I make mistakes? So he's being a little bit timid, but we can get him to continue to be confident. And I think at times early in the season he was really confident. We got to get him back to that because he can help us, right? He came in and did good things here in the second half, and I think in an NCAA tournament format, like that athleticism will stand out in some games.
Miles and Seth both talked about what the 2020 team here went through. Did you appreciate that from afar? What was ripped away from? It was ripped away from everybody, but they were in a unique position for them. And how much do you feel this program can kind of carry the banner for the Lamar Stevenses and Harris and all those guys?
Yeah, it's that whole experience there was so tough for everybody, and they were having an unbelievable season. They deserved to get a chance to do that, right? Like same as Mike Farrell, who had a great season in Monster, and things got taken away from him. They didn't get a chance to do it. Jalen Pickett in the same way, that won the conference tournament and didn't get a chance to play with it. So it's really cool, like in a small way, to be able to like honor those guys to get back. I'm glad that Miles and Seth are still here with us because now hopefully those guys can feel a part of it. Like the guys that Lamar Stevens and Mike Watkins, the guys that didn't get a chance, John, the guys that didn't get a chance to play, and hopefully they can kind of live through Miles, live through Seth, and this is their experience too. So I'm happy for our guys. I'm happy for Penn State fans. I'm happy for all the coaches. There's been a lot that have reached out to me. This is it's special. It's really special for us on Thursday.
Last question.
What was the inspiration for the Believe poster, and when did you start? When did you put that up and start using it?
Yeah, I think everybody's a Ted Lasso fan. But that was Grant Lascanis. It was all him. When we had lost 4 straight, he just came into my office and it was rolled up. And he just came in and was like, "Coach, I got something for you." And I just opened it up, looked at it, saw it, rolled it back up, and I knew exactly like what he was trying to say and what we were doing. So we started traveling with it, bringing it with us, and it's something that our guys have really bought into because they believe in each other, they believe in what we're doing, and they believe we can continue to do great things together.